In the previous video, we had discussed about functional groups. In this one, we're going to be talking about homologous series. So, homologous series are basically, okay, first of all, notice whatever I've written on this board. If you see, all of these seem to be having the same functional group, that is a chlorine. Okay, and they all are varying with respect to one carbon atom. This is called a homologous series. So, homologous series is a series of organic compounds. They contain a characteristic functional group, and these individual compounds are called as homologues. Now, there are various characteristic properties of a homologous series. They are, first of all, they can be represented by a general formula. So, all of these compounds can be represented by a general formula. So, for example, if you remember when we discussed about alkanes and alkynes, we talk about CnH2n, CnH2n plus 2, all of that, right? So, similarly, homologous series can be represented by a general formula. Second, both two members of a successive group vary with respect to one CH2 group. So here you have only one carbon, here you have two carbons, and there is an extra CH2. This one, on the other hand, has two CH2 groups. This has three CH2 groups. So successive members of a group will vary with respect to a CH2 group. Next, most of the properties are quite identical. Notice I don't say they are the same, but to an extent they have identical chemical as well as physical properties. But there might be slight changes. For example, there might be variation for these properties due to the fact that the molecular mass is going to increase as they go, as the number of CH2 groups increases. Now they have a proper, so they have a proper increase or gradation with increase in the molecular mass, and they can also be prepared by almost similar chemical means. Okay, and this is called as general methods of preparation. So in the next year, in grade 12, you have a separate I think you still have a separate textbook for organic chemistry, and you will be learning about each functional group, the methods of preparation, and generally all of these substances in a homologous series can be prepared by similar means. Might not be the case in all the cases, but majority of the time they can be prepared by general means of methods of preparation. So with that, we're done with the classification of organic compounds, functional groups, and homologous series. In the next video, we will be starting with nomenclature. So do check it out.